this a picture of the truck?
After it got out the...
Okay, and that was the ditch that you had gone into?
Yes, that I got stuck into.
That's him on the back of the truck.
How did you get into that ditch, by the way?
Yeah, I was trying to just pull over, honestly.
You was
I
trying
was
to
just
pull-
trying to pull over. Because there was a car behind me, and I was trying to let them go, and then I had to make a quick... I was texting Alena at the same time.
He was communicating with me now.
Can I tell you something else? When I did get stuck in that ditch, I told her I would help her pay half of the tow.
That's not true.
Yes, I promised to God.
She has a
On my
receipt, though,
kids.
that she paid for the entire thing.
I sent her some money.
I paid the tow with my credit card, as you can see on the tow receipt.
We have your receipt,
It
yeah.
has my credit card number at the bottom. There was never any money sent from Mr. Hughes to me.
So you acknowledge that you withheld the last $300 or so to compensate for the tow?
Yes, because I also missed loads. When he deadheads all the way from Lawton, all the way back to St. Louis with no load.
What does it mean to deadhead?
So that's mean traveling with no load. So
Got it.
I'm not getting paid. You're just
Right.
eating up my gas and my truck. I could be utilizing my truck with somebody else to work the truck. Instead, you're on your hiatus doing whatever you want to do. He could run other loads with somebody else in my truck.
All right,
and get
Mr.
paid.
Hughes, do you have the evidence that you paid her the $150?
I believe I paid that to the tow man directly.
Look at me, young man.
Yes.
Your lawsuit against the defendant is primarily for the emotional distress that she caused you. Am I correct?
That and my unpaid wages.
Well, primarily means in part.
Yes.
So you're suing her for $409 plus $4,591, making the total lawsuit $5,000.
Yes.
And you claim that this is because you were stressed out because of her behavior.
Honestly, it was a situation where my dad told me where her and my dad had into a confrontation, and she's a very violent person, and I didn't want to condone in none of that.
She was going to beat you up.
Well, I ain't gonna say beat me up, but I ain't want her to put my hands on me, and then I end up getting an assault on her.
Right, and why would she have done that?
She was angry.
Not
I could
because
tell
you
in
had her
voice.
truck.
I could tell that she was
and
angry
it
and
was costing
upset.
her over
At the
$1,000 in
same time,
gas.
she's
I have
like-
nothing further. Anything further?
I do have a question for Ms. Malone. You are claiming that you spent $1,733 for the damages to your truck. Did you provide receipts for that?
Yes, I did. So it was $800 and something for the wheel seal. And I want to say that I'm not angry. I'm a very not angry person.
Sorry, just 882, is that the amount?
882 and 480.51.
Okay.
And then also $350 for the tow.
I have a question on Exhibit C. This looks like a receipt for the air conditioning. You needed to put AC in the truck.
Yes.
That's not something that we should hold Mr. Hughes responsible for.
Okay, but I put AC in the truck thinking that the truck was going to be running and making money going forward. Also, this is not in the exhibit. I have the gas log. I didn't
Truck
have it at the
ID?
time. It says truck ID is 1004. That would be the truck that he's in.
Okay,
And it
we
shows
have it.
all the usage.
Officer Montejano, could you grab that for us?
All right, we'll excuse the parties while we deliberate. Thank you.
This court is again in session.
All right, we've reached a verdict. It's unanimous. And this is the way we view this lawsuit. And I'm talking to you now, Mr. Hughes. The defendant, Ms. Malone, gave you a job, gave you a raise, gave you an opportunity to support your family and do the right thing. And our sense of the evidence in this case is that you did not do the right thing. That, in fact, your lawsuit was frivolous. That if anyone had emotional distress in this case, it was a woman who was trying to do you a favor, do you a good turn, support her family, run a business, and was very concerned about the condition, the whereabouts of her truck, and how it was being used. And all of the documentary evidence that was submitted to us clearly reflects that you took unauthorized detours. And not only did you take an unauthorized detour, you left her truck irresponsibly in a place where it suffered damage, in addition to the damage you caused while on this detour to wherever you were going. Your frivolous lawsuit is not only being dismissed in its entirety, it is met by a countersuit by the defendant, which we are granting to the extent of $1,500. This woman gave you a job. She entrusted you with her livelihood, her truck, and you could have handled it honestly with her. So the ruling of the court, as I stated, your complaint is dismissed, your countersuit is granted to the extent of $1,500.